It is almost game time, ladies and gentlemen. Get you outside to L&N Stadium as we start our chat tonight. Cards about 45 minutes away from kickoff against Boston College. Should be an easy win, but it is college football after all. You never know. Welcome in. Carson Meredith with you from the Wave Now Studios. A little early tonight. Just kind of felt like speeding things up tonight. Why not? Let me know what you guys think, especially the regulars that are watching us tonight on weekends. Do you like 6:45 or 7:15? Let me know which one, and I'll start streaming at that time from here on out. As we head into the rest of this weekend and next week, we've got quite a bit of rain to talk about. Not necessarily washout rains yet. That'll be a different story, though, as we get towards the middle of this upcoming week. So we'll talk about the rain chances, of course, even some rain chances still in play tonight. We'll look ahead to Halloween. Right now, it looks okay right now. And we'll look at Melissa as well. Now, Hurricane Melissa, that's going to be causing all kinds of problems, I'm afraid, for our friends down in the Caribbean over the next few days. So without further ado, let's jump right in with a reminder, my friends, that our Snow Guest contest is still active. You got until Friday, okay? You got until Halloween at noon to send in your guess. So you can either scan that QR code. I know a lot of you are probably watching this on your phone, so you can't scan it. That's okay. If you can't scan it, go to the Wave Weather app. Right at the top of the app, you should see a yellow box that says Snow Guest Contest. You click on that. It'll get you to where you need to be to put in your guess. Now, we are looking for the first 1-inch snowfall in Louisville, okay? You guys have seen us do that guess when our winter forecast comes out every Halloween. This year, we decided to bring you guys in the mix as well. So give us the day where Louisville will have their first 1-inch snow this winter, and from there, we'll decide, or we'll see who comes the closest. This isn't like Price is Right, where if you go over, you're out. For example, yours truly won the contest last year among the weather team. I said January 4th, and the first 1-inch snow was January 5th. So as long as you're nearby, if we have a bunch of folks in play, it'll come down, I think, to random draw eventually. So you got until noon on Friday to send in your guess. If you win, you get an all-access VIP tour of the Wave Studios here in downtown. You can watch Brian do the blog. You can watch our newscast, all the good stuff. And you become our snow ambassador for the winter, where we're going to reach out to you quite a bit during winter weather, talking about what you're seeing, how much snow you've seen, things like that. So 6 more days. You can put in your guess. We've had hundreds, if not thousands of you by this point put in your guess. So you got until noon on Friday. We're getting there pretty quickly. Let's go to radar, because we do have another band of sprinkles / showers that's trying to develop right on top of us. I'll put the radar in a loop over the last 3 hours, and you can kind of see, in general, you've got one singular band like so, stretches northwest to southeast. But as we've talked about throughout the weekend so far, there's still a lot of dry air in the atmosphere. So radar, especially way further out from where it's at Fort Knox, kind of on the tail edges of its range, it might be picking up those raindrops falling out of the clouds, but those raindrops may not all be making it to the ground because they're getting eaten up by dry air. So that's why a lot of you have stayed dry today. Now, we did have a few sprinkles and light showers earlier this morning. I know I was stepping out of the station, going on my break in between shifts this morning, and there was a light shower going right over Louisville. So that trend is going to continue this evening and overnight tonight. It's only a 20% chance. It's not enough to cancel your plans. If you're heading to a U of L watch party, heading to the Cats game, if you're driving into Lexington now, or maybe you're heading to a Cats watch party, something like that, don't cancel those plans. Just know that there could be a few raindrops as the night goes on. Zoom in on Shelby and Franklin counties in particular, and you could see some of those sprinkles being picked up on radar, mainly north of Shelbyville, closer to Pleasureville in Shelby County. More steady sprinkles in Frankfort, maybe a couple raindrops near Taylorsville, maybe even a few little spits of rain in the south end of Louisville, out near Hillview and Highview. So this kind of just that misty stuff. It's not really even enough to dampen the ground, really. It's just enough to feel it as you're walking out and about tonight. Now, further off to the west, this is quite honestly the heaviest rain we've seen on radar all day. And even then, it's not terribly impressive. Now, you look out towards Vincennes, Indiana, and you see all those yellows and oranges. But again, keep in mind, we're looking from a long distance from the Fort Knox radar here. So that might be some decent, heavier rainfall rates coming out of the clouds, but a lot of that rain's not making it to the ground, okay? What is likely making it to the ground is right along Highway 150 in Orange County and Washington County. So if you're up near Paoli, Patoka Lake, French Lick, probably seeing a lighter shower. And the way this is all tracking, it is heading to the south and east. So that could potentially bring some light showers into the metro around 7:30, maybe closer to 8 o'clock. So we'll watch that closely. It's not going to be a big deal if it does move in. But this is why we said, if you're heading to the Cards game, if you're heading to the Cats game, if you're heading to the Lou City game, if you're heading to the Halloween festival in Nulu, that you want to have something handy, be it an umbrella or a poncho, just in case you need it as the night goes on. So we'll zoom back out on radar and we'll get to the comments. Appreciate all of you tuning in. Lighter crowd tonight, not surprised since it's relatively calm out there. Storm Chaser Jason's here. Weather Geek's here. Chili and hot cocoa time. I agree. It sounds really good right now. Anita says hello. Another wonderful fall day. Yeah, a little cloudy, but can't complain too much. Wasn't a washout. Kelly's here up in North Vernon. Noodlehead77 says, well, was curious about what's going to happen tonight and tomorrow. So what you see on radar now is what we're going to be tracking tonight and at least tomorrow morning. Sprinkles, light showers, but tomorrow afternoon, those rain chances will ramp up a bit, and we'll dive deeper into that here over the next few minutes. Blue's here, Braden's here, Angela's here, Nathan's here. I know Adam is happy right now with the Hoosiers win. Yeah, they just keep on rolling, don't they? Unbelievable. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. I don't wear this one a ton. Honestly, I wear it a lot on alert days because it's red, but decided to go with the red tonight. So thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Kelly's here. Thanks. Missed the news. That's all right. That's why we're here. We know you guys have busy lives. We all do. And We want to make sure that we are where you are. So miss the old school newscast. We're on here every evening on the weekends and every morning during the week with a breakdown of what's happening. And if we need to be more on the websites or the apps or the things of that nature when we got active weather, we'll be on whenever needed. Let's see. Donnie's here from DuBois. DJ King up in North Vernon. Hope all's good up there. All right, let's go to the big picture view. And we'll show you what we got going on because it's kind of a messy setup, okay? Let's just focus on this first wave that we'll have to be watching over the next couple of days. And that's a low pressure that's basically centered over the Sooner State this evening. And you can see the widespread rain shield with it on the northern side. Stretches all the way up into Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, into Mississippi, kind of pinwheels its way down back to the Gulf Coast. Now, in the warm sector across Texas and Louisiana, there's been that risk for severe weather throughout the day. We don't have to worry about that because we're on the cool side of this system. But as this low just kind of meanders its way across the deep south, that's what's going to ramp up our rain chances tomorrow afternoon and into Monday. Now, what's working against that moisture moving in is this high pressure that you've got just to our north and east. Obviously, it's not keeping all the rain away, but what it is doing is bringing in a drier easterly wind. And that's the big reason why we've got such a big pocket of dry air in the lower levels of the atmosphere, right above our heads. A lot of times when you have this kind of sort of omega block setup, you have that drier air filtering in from the east, moisture trying to pull in from the west. It's a tug of war. Dry air versus moisture. Who's going to win? And today, the dry air, by and large, has won the battle. But as we get into Sunday afternoon and Sunday night, the moisture will start to take over, and that's why the rain chances start to go up as we head into Sunday afternoon and evening. Cloudy sky in downtown, current temperature 58. Here's how you can tell it's dry. The dew point. Dew point is 35. That is some very dry air in the atmosphere at this point. And that's what's been really helping to limit our rain all day long. I think at the airport, they've only seen 1/100th of an inch of rain today. Just a little tiny drop in the bucket from that light shower that went through this morning. We're all in the 50s now. 57 in Jeffersonville, 54 in Madison, LaGrange, Shelbyville, 55 in North Vernon, 52 in Lebanon, 57 in Bumperville and Campbellsville, 59 in Columbia. So overnight tonight, we're going to go with a low of 50 here in the city. Everybody else is in the 40s. So if you don't live in Louisville, you'll be in the 40s tomorrow morning. Keep the clouds around. I'm afraid we're not going to see any sun until maybe Thursday, probably Friday. Yeah, that's no fun. A little gloomy ahead. We'll keep that 20% chance for these sprinkles or light showers that we were just talking about on radar. And we'll just go 20% chance across the board through this evening, overnight tonight, and even into the early part of your Sunday. So you may want to grab the umbrella with you, take the umbrella with you again for whatever plans you have tomorrow morning, church, brunch, what have you. So 40s to near 50 overnight tonight. As we go into Sunday, you kind of notice two distinct periods to watch for those shower chances. One of which is early, which is basically the sprinkles and light showers we're dealing with now. We'll just kind of see those waves of sprinkles and showers through the night and into early tomorrow. Get closer to lunchtime, we should see those morning sprinkles fade away. So if you're getting out, if you're getting out for church around noon or 1 o'clock, should be pretty dry at that point. But that tug of war between the drier air and the moisture will start to pull towards the moisture's direction. The moisture is going to start winning the battle tomorrow afternoon. And we'll start to see those rain chances perk back up around this time tomorrow evening, around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. And then we keep those shower chances around 30% after sunset tomorrow night. And at least for this particular wave of rain, for tomorrow night into Monday, it looks as though our friends in Kentucky have a better rain chance compared to those of you in Indiana. So here's Futurecast. Let me back it up because I want to show you that sprinkle chance tomorrow morning. This is the HRR model, the HRRR model, high resolution rapid refresh model. We just call it the HRR. Here's 6 o'clock in the morning. You're going to see me on sunrise Sunday morning, likely tracking a few more sprinkles and light showers, as you see here on Futurecast. HRR's been doing a nice job tonight, today and tonight, with these showers we've had moving through. So 6 a.m., we start off with that 20% sprinkle or shower chance. We get to around noon. We're kind of in that break that we talked about where the morning sprinkles and showers lift north. But you see down near Bowling Green, that moisture starts to build back in. And I will say the trend has been a little faster with the afternoon data to bring some of this more widespread rain in. Initially, it looked like it would be tomorrow night after sunset. Now we may start to see some rain down near Litchfield, Mumfortville, Greensburg, Campbellsville, and Columbia, maybe as early as 3 o'clock in the afternoon, based on the latest trends. Now, while the moisture eventually wins the tug of war, the question is how much is going to be the margin of victory? Are we talking a win by a field goal or by 2 touchdowns here? Right now, it still looks like a pretty close battle. Translation, some of that drier air is going to eat away at these showers as they try to lift north and east. So you get towards 8 o'clock in the evening, we still got some pretty steady showers south of Louisville. But here in town, we haven't seen much of anything by that point. And in southern Indiana, a few light showers, but not a ton. So this is why we're saying the further south you are, the better your rain chances are going to be as we head into Sunday night and Monday. I think the best way to put it is if you live down south of the parkways, you got a 40% rain chance tomorrow night and into Monday. Here in Louisville, we'll call it a 30% chance. Southern Indiana, a 20% chance. So the further south you are, the higher your rain chance is at this stage of the game. So this is 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And we get towards 2 a.m., and that drier air continues to eat away at that initial push of moisture as we go through the night. So I don't think it's going to be a washout Sunday night. We get into Monday, you kind of get a renewed push of moisture that moves in. And you notice, as we talked about, the higher rain chances look to be basically along I-64 and points south, where it's a 40% chance down that way. 40% south, 30% Louisville, 20% north. That's kind of where we stand for tomorrow night and into Monday. That's wave number 1. That low pressure looks as though it's going to be probably just south of us. That's why more of the moisture stays south. And it's going to get a move on. Let me redraw that. That's going to get a move on to the east. Into the Carolinas and the Virginias by Tuesday, primarily. However, look way up here in Illinois and Iowa. That is going to be our second low pressure that's going to move in as we head towards the middle part of the week. Now, we're still kind of sandwiched in between one system moving east and the other system coming in. So there will still be an opportunity for a few showers during the day on Tuesday, but it looks like it would be rather light and scattered. So I don't think Tuesday during the day is a washout. Still need the umbrella? Probably. Still need a poncho? Just in case. Yeah. It's once we get into Tuesday night where that low pressure, the second low, kind of slowly rolls its way in. And you get into Wednesday morning, and it's a gully washer. Now, I will say, this is the European model here, and it has the low mainly to our west. Not by a ton, but maybe out closer to Paducah and Cape Girardeau. There have been some other high-resolution models I've been looking at behind the scenes that have this low basically smack dab over wave country on Wednesday. If that were to be the case, there is an opportunity for us to kind of get into a dry slot that really cuts down on our rain chances on Wednesday. I'm not ready to go there just yet because it's only one model really that's suggesting that right now. But it's a possibility, so we'll wait and see. I still think Wednesday is going to be a pretty nasty day. It's going to be cold, damp, dreary. Just not a very nice day to get outside. And I do believe if we are going to see a washout in the next week, it would be Wednesday when that low pressure is at least nearby. That second low pressure we're tracking. We get into Wednesday night. You see that rain still everywhere. That low pressure still nearby. But eventually this low is going to get a move on too. Maybe more towards the north and east as opposed to the east, like the first low. Then the question becomes, how quickly does it move out? And there's a lot of debate amongst our forecast guidance as to just how quickly does this low move out and how quickly does the moisture with it start to move out. So as we get into Thursday morning, there's still some showers around. We're on the colder side of the system, although it stays chilly the entire time. But we're on the colder side. We got some wraparound moisture going around the low pressure, which is off to our east by this point. And we'll keep those shower chances around 40% into Thursday. But again, how quickly can those showers move out? Right now, I think the shower chances are higher Thursday morning. But as we head into Thursday night, we should start to dry things out just a little bit. But we're going to get a good soaking rain out of this, guys. I think a lot of us will pick up close to 1 inch of rain through Thursday, with a lot of that falling Tuesday night and Wednesday. So a solid 1 inch across the board looks pretty good. 1/2 inch to 1 inch. And there could be a few spots south of the parkways that maybe see closer to 2 inches of rain. It all really comes down to the track of that second low pressure for the middle of the week, Tuesday night into Wednesday. So that's where we stand as we get into the next 5 days. Unsettled, but the only day that could be a washout looks to be Wednesday at this point. Let's hope it stays that way. We don't have any more washouts to worry about. Back to the comments. Corbin, hello from Litchfield. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks. Hope you're doing well. Adam says hello from the home of the soon-to-be top college team in the country. I tell you what, man, they're playing like it too. That is for sure. Hello, Brayden. Do we have to live in wave country to be eligible to win the snow guessing contest? You know what? That's a good question. I'm not totally sure, Brayden. I don't want to lead you one way or the other on that. Let me see if I can get an answer for you, and I'll check back with you. That's a good question. Any possible alert days coming up? Not really. I don't see much of anything on the horizon with that, which is good. So as we mentioned, we think at this point that Thursday night we should start to dry things out just a bit, which means as we head into Halloween, for now, our forecast is mostly dry. I am going to keep a 20% rain chance until we get more confidence in that second low pressure actually getting out of here on time, because there's still a lot of uncertainty with that exact timing at this stage of the game. So I'll keep a very small shower chance for Halloween on Friday. Just 20%. Don't start thinking about changing plans or anything like that. It's not necessary at all. And I'm hopeful as we get closer in time to Halloween on Friday, we can get rid of that rain chance entirely. But I'm not ready to do that just yet. I feel good, but I'm not 100% confident yet. I'm like 70% confident that we'll be able to stay dry. It'll be cool, though. High of 58 on Friday for Halloween. Trick-or-treating time will likely be in the low 50s in most spots by trick-or-treating time. So right now we're in good shape for Halloween. Stay tuned for updates. All right, quick update on Melissa tonight. Let me back it up here. There you see, boy, look at the satellite image of that low right over Oklahoma and Texas. It's bringing us our first waves of rain this week. Isn't that wild? All right, so zoom in on Melissa because she's getting strong and she's getting strong quick. It was a tropical storm this morning, and within the last few hours, I think in either the late morning or early afternoon update, I can't remember which, Melissa was upgraded to a hurricane. It's a Category 1, 90-mile-an-hour winds, and you could see that it is just barreling down on Jamaica. This is going to be a horrific event for Jamaica, I'm afraid. Extreme amounts of rain. 2, 3, maybe even 4 feet in some spots of rain, because Melissa is just going to kind of meander really near Jamaica for 3 days. And it's just going to pelt it with extreme amounts of rain and extreme wind as well. Here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. This came down at 5 o'clock this evening. We'll get another update at the top of the hour. And as we zoom in tighter, here you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just not going to go anywhere. Overnight tonight, Melissa will likely become a major hurricane. You'll probably hear me talking about a major hurricane on sunrise tomorrow morning. And you do notice that the Hurricane Center now is forecasting Melissa to become a Category 5 before it makes landfall on the Jamaican island Monday night into early Tuesday. So this is going to be a disaster, unfortunately, for Jamaica. And Jamaica also has a lot of terrain, which means mudslides will be a major problem as well. So keep those folks in your thoughts, prayers, whatever you believe, because it's going to be very, 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 very rough for our friends down there over the next couple of days. As we go further in time, and the rest of Tuesday, Wednesday onward, you notice that even as Melissa goes over Jamaica, it stays at major hurricane strength. Tuesday afternoon, right here, Melissa's a Category 4, likely making landfall in the southern part of Cuba as we get towards Tuesday evening around dinner time. It keeps on its journey northeast into the Bahamas, the southern Bahama Islands, Turks and Caicos as well, as a Category 2. And then it finally just moves out to sea. We got to watch it to make sure it doesn't get towards Bermuda by next weekend. But it will be much, 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 much weaker by the time it gets close to Bermuda by this time next week. So it's going to be pretty rough, unfortunately, for our friends down in the Caribbean over the next few days. There you see that track better. Not sure why it's doing that. I have to clean that up for our 11 o'clock newscast tonight. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty high impact, extreme impact hurricane for Jamaica, Cuba, Turks and Caicos, and even Haiti is going to get a glancing blow from this as well. So this, at this stage of the game, looks to be the highest impact hurricane of this season. But we can say with confidence this will not impact the mainland United States. So that's good for us, but horrible for our friends down in the Caribbean. All right, more comments. Actually, let me pull up the 10-day. Still don't know why it's doing that. That's okay. Here comes the 10-day. Split right down the middle with 5 gloomy and or rainy days, and then some drier weather moves in, not only for Halloween for now, but as we head into the first few days of November, it also looks dry. It also looks cool. You notice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we've got highs in the 50s. 50s for Halloween too, but that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame is rain-cooled air, obviously. And we only rebound into the low 60s, it looks like, heading into next weekend. So it'll feel very comfortable. It'll feel very fall-like next weekend. And at least as things stand for now, it's mostly dry. Not ready to say totally dry, but mostly dry. So we're on the right track. Back to the comments, and we'll call it a night. Austin, dry Halloween, hopefully. Yeah, I'm feeling good at this point. I'm feeling good about Halloween. Hopefully that trend holds. Stephanie just got back from, oh man. Oh, I feel so sorry for you guys. Stephanie just got back from Destin yesterday where it was sunny and 84 all week. Oh man, that stinks, Stephanie. But you know what? I hope you all had a great time. Hope you all had a good time, and welcome home, I guess, right? Here's all the wet weather and 50s and 60s for you. Angela, big Navy fan. Looks like they're up early in their game tonight. Good deal. Any mid to upper 60s, Austin asks, in early November. There could be a few mid to upper 60s in our southern counties, south of the Kentucky parkways, but I'll be honest with you guys, I don't even really see 70s at this juncture. We'll still sneak in a 70-degree day somewhere in here. But I do think those are becoming fewer and far between as we get deeper into fall. So not seeing a ton of mid to upper 60s anytime soon, Austin, but other than maybe our southern Kentucky counties. Adam, will Melissa be worse than Katrina? You know, that's a good question, Adam, but I don't. I'm not a huge fan of comparing hurricanes until after the fact because each one's different. I will tell you what concerns me more about Melissa right now is Jamaica does not have the best infrastructure. So that's what's really concerning. And the fact that Melissa's just going to hang around Jamaica for 2 or 3 days. That's never good. That's what's going to cause those insane, extreme, horrific rainfall totals, which in turn causes mudslides. And then, of course, they're dealing with Category 4, Category 5 winds for 2 or 3 days. So the fact that Melissa's going to stall or just kind of meander near Jamaica, that's pretty concerning. Whereas Katrina, if you recall, as horrific as it was, it moved through New Orleans, I think, on a Monday. And by Tuesday, the remnants of Katrina was in wave country. So it was a fast-moving hurricane. Melissa, not so much, at least for now. Good question, though. What's the normal high for early November? Low 60s. So we'll be close to normal next weekend and the following week. Average high right now in Louisville is about 67. So it'll be in that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's around 63 into early November. Hey, there you go, Stephanie. I like your positivity. Lots of beautiful white beaches and sun, but good to be back home in Bardstown, start the holiday season. Isn't that wild? Next weekend, we'll be hearing Christmas music because it's November 1st. Isn't that crazy? Wild, wild, wild. Hey, Carson, the title on Twitch says Updae. I appreciate it, Jay Wash. I left out the T there, as you can tell. There's a reason I got a science major, not an English major. But it's all right. No big deal. You guys knew what I meant on Twitch, right? Angela says, oh, Navy won already. Okay. I thought you were talking about the score of the game, Angela. 7-0. Impressive for the midshipmen. One more question. Austin, will the U.S. escape tropical trouble the rest of the year? It's possible. You know, we haven't had a landfalling hurricane in the United States so far this season. We've got about a month to go. Got until November 30th, which is Thanksgiving weekend this year. I think it's the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. And usually things start to simmer off as we head into November. So I'm not ready to say that we're all clear from hurricane trouble in the U.S. yet, but at least for now, there's no imminent threats to the U.S. when it comes to the tropics. So we'll see if we can keep that streak going that we've had all year. Okay, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Stay dry wherever you're heading tonight or tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. It's, you know, the only day again that I think could be a washout is Wednesday. The other days, it's just kind of annoying showers that we'll have to deal with from time to time. So that's all I got for tonight, guys. You can watch us on Wave News at 11 on the Old School TV after college football. I think we got Michigan and Michigan State tonight for our Big Ten game. You can watch us after that game ends. If not, no worries. I'll be here tomorrow morning on Sunrise, and we'll be back here in the Wave Now studios tomorrow night for more weather talk as well. All right, that's it for now, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you later. Take care.